Hi there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Capital A Trading and welcome to the latest Forex Weekly. Again, it's just that video where I'm going to go through the charts, look for the best investment opportunities and then bring them to you. So first of all, if that sounds good to you, if you trade, if you take investments, my first piece of advice is simple. Hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, stay up to date with the channel. A quick shout out to my sponsors, the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for all your support. Again, check it out, it's available now in all Waitrose and M&S stores. Last but not least, before we get started, check out the recently launched website. That's www.capitalatrading.co.uk, and if you want to learn more, there's some resources on there to help you get started. With that being said, we're going to get straight into the charts this week. It's important to check out the fundamentals at the start of the week, see if there's going to be any news that impacts the charts. This is my website. You can actually access it with the tools and information here, and it's the economic calendar. So what we want to see now for next week is just what type of news may impact different currencies at certain times of the week. So one thing I can state is an NFP week next week. So on Friday, we're going to have the non-farm payrolls for the US dollar. And basically what that does is just kind of makes the weeks a bit more slower than usual. So everything's going to be kind of geared up towards what's going to happen on Friday. So again, just be aware of that. Be aware of what time it's going to happen. And of course, if you can see a trading opportunity, try to correlate it with that. But other than that, on the Friday, there's not much to write home about. On Thursday, there's nothing there that I can see causing a massive impact. Wednesday, there's a bit about the euro on the unemployment rate that may have some movement in the euro. Tuesday, again, there's some more with the euro on the unemployment rate. But other than that, realistically, the main focus is going to be that NFP on Friday. So just keep an eye on that, be aware of it. Be aware of what effect it may have on the markets. As usual, I'm going to start with gold. I do believe this is going to be rising a little bit more. Okay, so it's been rising for the whole of August. But what I want to monitor at the start of the week, it will become invalidated very quickly if I don't see signs of struggle, is of course, this is going to worry me as there'll be a lot of liquidity up here. So I do believe price will want to come and dip that eventually. But what I'm going to monitor for at the start of the week is just this scenario here. It looks like something that I can tell the market makers have left there. And I just want to see if it's going to struggle, if it's going to stick to this area in between the 1810 to the 1820. So that will just be what I'm going to be monitoring for gold. It may take until around Tuesday, Wednesday. So that will be a good sign. If I can see price still sticking to this area, I'll be looking to take a sell opportunity. Just be aware that there is plenty of reason for the market to come up here, dip this area, as there's going to be lots of money building above the area. So that's going to be the gold USD. Keep an eye on that one for the first couple of days of the week. If it then obviously starts to rise higher, invalidate the trade the minute it goes above this area towards the 1835, 1840 mark. That's gold USD. Look out for the US 30 this week. The first thing I want to do is just show you that the daily time frame, it looks good. It's something that I like seeing. And when the daily picture's with you, it's usually a powerful trade. So if I just come down to the 4 hour now, it's clear to see that these two areas here where they've come back to have clearly played off of this candle. I just want to see why it finished there on Friday night. And of course, let's see if it's going to have another movement from this area. I do think it may come slightly higher, just in line, let's say more of the middle of the candle, around the 35,553 mark. So right there. And then that's where I believe we may get the bigger opportunity for the sell. And this will be my target, just to see it come down towards the 34,900 mark. That's the US 30. Keep an eye on that one. Next up, UK 100. Again, for those of you who follow me, follow the videos, you'll know that I've been hunting this down for ages, and we're getting a good lesson in patience here. So it just proves how long you've really got to wait to catch the proper move. So again, this one's just been hovering underneath my area where I want to take a sell from, but it hasn't actually hit it yet. Yes, it's very close. And we've had nice little sell opportunities. When I come down to a daily and a 4 hour, you start to see where the opportunities have come from. So this is what I'm looking for this week. It's now just been rising last week and just basically coming back towards this area. This is what I'm looking out for. It's around the 7,200, 7,175 mark. And I just want to see price get into there, interact with this candle here, and then start to make the push to the downside, where I'll be aiming for the 7,000 mark to just wipe that area out. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the UK 100. You want to see signs of rejection in this area where price is starting to wick like so with a candle like this. And then hopefully we're going to see the push to the downside. That's the UK 100. Bitcoin, I feel this deserves a shout for what's going on right now in the crypto space. A lot of these crypto things are starting to boom. So what I believe now on Bitcoin, my prediction is that I do still see price coming higher. I still see it back towards that 60,000 mark. And what we're going to do now is if I just come down to a 4 hour, if this is going to continue to climb higher, at the moment, it looks like it's just creating a little mini bearish structure. Hopefully that there from the 48 mark will push it down. I want to see price back towards this 45,000 mark, where I believe we're then going to get the continuation for the buy push. So just keep an eye on that one. That's Bitcoin. I just wanted to quickly stop the video to show you that if you are looking to learn more in trading in Forex, you can head over to my website. That's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. Head over to the services part, and then you can read about the mentorship program, what you get, and just basically what we're going to be studying and what we're going to be learning. So check that out now. That's on the website. That's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. Let's get into the currencies. First mention I want to talk about this week is going to be the pound CAD. Now, all I want to really mention is, yes, I can see a price moving from this area on a higher time frame. What I want to see, if I just come to the hour, I like what happened on Friday afternoon around the New York Open, funny enough. So price was sitting here and then all of a sudden shot out of the area and dropped down for around a 50 pip move. So all I'm looking to see now from this is price just retesting, coming back towards the area around the session time, hopefully around, let's say 8 o'clock Monday morning, maybe 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, and then just start to see the CAD gain some strength and make a push to the downside, at least towards this 172, 173 area. So just keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound CAD. Look to correlate this with a session opening time. So maybe around 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe a 1 o'clock in the afternoon shout. Sometimes it can go at 4 p.m. So just keep an eye on that. That's the pound CAD. Next up is the baby. It's the euro pound. For those of you who follow me, you'll know that I have annihilated the life out of this. And basically now I'm just looking to see the bus kind of continue moving down. So if I just come down to a 4 hour, there's an area here that's clearly been interacted with twice now. It looks like they're going to hold up around the 86 mark. So it's got a key number as well. There's obviously been some manipulation here. It's been interacted with already. It's got good signs. I've even got a nice target to aim for around the 85 mark. So what I'm suggesting this week, again, just keep an eye on this level right here, just below the 86 mark, 85,900. I want to see price just pull back towards that. And again, like I said with the pound CAD, if this is lining up around at 8 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, of course, with the session opening times, then look to correlate it with that and take your trade. I do believe we can get a push down from this area this week. So keep an eye on that one. That's the 85,900, 8600. It may go to the 86,100. Give the market a little bit of space to breathe. Somewhere in there, I believe we're going to get a push to the downside. That's the euro pound. Okay, next up is the pound Aussie. Recently mentioned the sell from this little market gap that we had here. That's played off perfectly. And it's now finished Friday afternoon right here in a level where I believe if the bullish structure is going to continue, this is going to be the level it's going to come from, and it's the 188 mark. So all I'm going to suggest now, let it breathe a little bit as well, maybe 187,500. So we're going to give it a 50 pip range. I just want to see what it's going to do in this area. Is it going to continue to make a move to the upside? If it breaks below here, then that will change. My thinking will become a lot different, and I'd start to focus on maybe price pulling back up towards this 189 level, where there may be a sell, a sell formation left there. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound Aussie. Next up is going to be the pound USD. So remember, this may stall this week. This may take a little while with that NFP news towards the back end of the week. So the first thing I want to notice to you lot is just keep an eye on this area here around the 138 mark. This looks very cool to me. This is something that I'm used to seeing. And of course, they're back at it on Friday afternoon, sitting right in that level. So again, just keep an eye on the 137,800 to the 138 mark. I do believe we're going to get a push from this area. It's clearly been manipulated. I can see that they've obviously shot back to it on Friday. Let's see what they're going to do at the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday. Again, try to correlate this with a trading session. And that's the timing that I believe the trade will take off at one of them points. So just keep an eye on this one. It's going to be the pound USD. I'm looking at a sell around the 137,800 to the 138, let's say 138,100. Pound Swiss franc. This was actually a trade that I was talking about with one of my students during the week. We noticed that there was some manipulation around the 126 whole number. You could see here how price shot away from it. They've obviously returned to it. interacted with it, came again, and then on Friday had the move down to the downside. So it's clear to see that this level has definitely been manipulated. So what I'm suggesting this week is I just want to catch the retest. I want to see it pull back up. It may come towards the 125,800 mark and then continue going. But that's all I'm looking for on the pound Swiss franc. The euro Swiss franc is very similar. And again, this is the area that I believe they've interacted with. It's around the 10800 mark. And all I want to see regarding this one is the price pull back up towards, let's say, 107,900, maybe 107,800. And then we're going to get the continuation to the downside. So keep an eye on them two. That's going to be the pound Swiss franc and the euro Swiss franc. Euro NZD, I've caught some really good trades on this recently. And you can kind of see it's just been ranging between the 171 to the 166 level. So, you know, if it's heading back towards this level here, we're going to look to just see if it's going to rise up again. So if I come down to the 4 hour, yes, on Friday, it started to shoot towards this level. What I'm going to monitor is the 167,500. I just want to see it interact with this area here. I do believe there's been something left, maybe slightly lower, just around the 167. So we'll give it some space to breathe, give it a 50 pip range there. I'm looking to see the buy push start kicking off around Tuesday, Wednesday. If it hasn't, and I can't see any strength in the euro, then I'll invalidate this trade very quickly. So just keep an eye on this one. It's going to be around that 167,500, 167 mark. We're looking to buy the euro. Okay, the next one I believe worth mentioning is going to be the pound yen. Now, first of all, I just want to talk about this candle here. I believe there's been clearly some manipulation at the 151,500 mark. Price then shoots away and it returns to it on 3 different occasions before we can start to see little pushes to the downside. So of course on Friday evening, it rushes up to this area and then it's obviously stuck there again and started to show its move. So it's pure and simply what I'm looking at this week is just where, if this is going to pull back up towards that 151,500, is it going to show signs of struggling again? It may not go all the way up to there. It may be, let's say 151,300. And then hopefully I'm looking to see the push to the downside, at least down to the 149,500 mark at least. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound yen. Be aware that the yen tends to get stronger during the night for the UK time. So just be aware of that. If you're looking at this sort of chart in the evening, be aware that you may see the strength in the yen, obviously throughout the night. Okay, next up is going to be the Eurocad. And kind of all I want to talk about on this daily picture here is this double top where there's going to be tons of liquidity. There's going to be lots of money above it. If I just break down to the 4 hour now, what I want to see is price just kind of retest towards this 148 level. It looks like there's been a sign of manipulation. It looks like they've come to play from this area. This looks like it might be the new step. So I want to see price just come down to the 148, 148,200. Again, I'll be looking to put some strength in the euro and we want to see that rise up. There's a massive target, of course, to the upside above that 151 mark. So again, a massive range of pips. I think there's around 400 pips there. So keep an eye on that one. It won't happen in a week. It won't happen within 2 to 3 days. It may take around 2 weeks. It may take 3 weeks for that to actually rise up to that level. So be aware it may be a longer term trade. That's the Eurocad. The AUD USD. So first of all, the daily pictures with us, we are very bearish. We're heading to the downside. We've made a move away from this area around the 73,500 mark. And we're now back towards it on the daily time frame. If I come down to a 4 hour, I just want to monitor this area here around the 73, let's say 200 to the 73,400. I just want to see what's going to happen if price is going to stick at this level. For some reason, it shot there on Friday night. Obviously, the market's now closed. So let's just see what happens on Monday. Let's see if it's going to stick here. I want to see it just kind of struggling around this red line. And then hopefully we can get the move to the downside where the target will be the 71 mark. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the AUD USD. Now remember the NFP, it may take a little while. This may happen in the later part of the week. Okay guys, that's all from me this week. So again, I apologize for not being here last week. I was on vacation mode. I'm now back and we're ready to go again, start off the new month. So with that being said guys, if you trade, if you take investments, my first piece, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Stay up to date with the channel. There's a lot of exciting content coming from now until the end of the year, so be sure to check that out. I want to say a quick shout out to my sponsors, the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for all your support. It's available now in all Waitrose and M&S stores. You can check out my article on page 95. It's a good read. Check it out. Last but not least, the website. We've got my mentorship program on there. You can check out what's required on there, what actually you will be receiving if you join on to that. So do check that out. It's www.capitaladtrading.co.uk. Have a great trading week, guys, and I'll see you back here next Sunday.
Bye, have a great time.